Hey everybody, Max coming here. It's Little Cutie Podcast, not too long. I got a special guest today. I know it's been a while since I had a special guest. You know, my last special guest was right before I came back to Japan 2 years ago. So I know it's been a long drought of having no special guests here. But no one wants to talk to me, so I don't have any guests anymore. But anyway, I got a special guest today. His name's Noah Brockett. Hey Noah, say hi to the little cuties. Noah, you have to say something. Noah, this is the part where you talk.
He does actually have a guest. It's not a bit.
Okay, there we go.
How's it going?
All right, there we go.
Wow, you sound exactly like you do on the podcast.
Oh yeah,
in person.
That's how my voice. That's my voice.
Wow.
That's okay. Well, anyway, we'll just introduce Noah here. He's one of the up and coming comedians in the Tokyo scene. He's up and coming. Of course, he's leaving, so it's like didn't really make it too far up that mountain, but he maybe he'll do better in America. Couple things about that makes Noah special here is he's blind. He can't see. Is that right, Noah?
Yeah, it is. It's not an act.
So what's that like, huh?
Well, you can get away with a lot more things.
Oh yeah, like what do you get away with?
Whooping your ass in a roast battle.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's debate. Yeah, we had a roast battle yesterday. We'll talk about that.
All right. Yeah. No. So blindness is a lot of people don't think about this, but just like with any sort of disability, especially those that are bad on your senses, blindness is a spectrum.
I see, like autism.
Yeah. Like autism
or gender
or gender, yes. Yeah. We could talk about that if you want to.
Well, yeah, let's talk about the blindness spectrum.
Yeah, all right. So the National Federation of the Blind lets people train at their centers at 2,200 of non-correctable vision in both eyes to complete blindness in both eyes.
I see.
And on that spectrum, I'm completely blind in my right eye and about 2,400 in my left.
I see.
And that's optic nerve damage.
I see.
So that means that I only have enough vision to piss people off. But I can still see like colors and shapes and shit.
I see.
Yeah.
So if you what is it? You have to get up real close.
Well,
or it has to be a lot of bright light, or what?
It's so strange when it comes to optic nerve damage because what I can see is distorted.
I see.
And there are bits of it that are actually pretty clear. And I don't tell people about what I can pick up visually because then when people hear me describe things visually, they're like, "You're not blind enough."
No, I see.
You need to go blinder.
That's not very nice.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Karen.
Yeah. All right. So what are some maybe some misconceptions about blind people that people have, or maybe that you want the little cuties to know? Like what should they know if they see a blind person on the street? Should they punch them in the face, or what?
We're all very horny, just all the time.
Yeah.
So well, if you see a blind person, just make sure you know that.
Well, I think that's just because you're a young male. That's also. I'm not sure.
Are you sure my experience isn't the exact same as every single blind person?
I mean, Zoro's pretty horny too.
Yeah,
he likes, or he was till he chopped his balls off.
Yeah.
Now he's not so horny anymore.
He's just mad because I still have my balls.
Yeah, Zoro's a little he's a little confused. This is the first time he's all right. Zoro, shut up. This is the first time Zoro's had a guest in the house, so he doesn't know how to respond here. Zoro, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna pluck out your other eye. Okay.
Oh, wow.
He's all right. Yeah.
He said, "Hell no."
Okay, so we got blind people are horny. So if you see one on the street, don't punch them in the face, but give them a hand job. Okay, what else we got?
Well, unless they're a woman, then
okay.
Sometimes
are there blind women?
Most blind women are just faking it. All right, they just want the attention.
I see.
Yeah. The only valid blind people are guys.
I see.
And that's all the insight that I have. That's the inside knowledge. Well, that and we carry around sticks.
Yeah. For like making a fire.
Yeah. We carry not the long white cane. Every blind person, when they become blind, they are given 2 pairs of crooked sticks from the woods and a little rope.
I see. To hang themselves, or
No, and kindling. Actually, like on a serious note, when you go to the National Federation of the Blind, one of the big thing there is like they teach you how to They don't teach you how to speak, right?
I see.
You have to go to
clearly.
But they teach you how to positively think about your blindness, because that's like the biggest hurdle. You know, when you go blind, you're really tempted to think like, oh no, I can't play Halo anymore. This sucks.
Life's not worth living.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that feeling a lot, and I have 20/20 vision. You know, I still get that feeling all the time. You know. Yeah.
So if you
it's like, what are we all doing here? This now. Fuck life. Life sucks, man. Well, fuck this. Fuck everything. Huh?
So have you thought about what you would do if you went blind?
I would. No, I haven't. I'd rather not think about that, actually.
Okay, so if you went blind,
I try to not think about what would happen if I went blind, or what would happen if I'd lost my legs, or what would happen if my balls were crushed, or I try not to think about any of that stuff, you know?
So let's say hypothetically the drink you just drank had the perfect amount of chemicals in it to blind you.
Yeah.
What would you do if you
Well, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't be drawing so much. Probably wouldn't draw too many more pictures, you know? Or maybe I could, you know? I could say this is art by a blind guy.
Yeah, blind people can still draw. I've heard of blind people that can draw really well. I can't really confirm it.
Yeah, but I also, you know, I'm an old man, you know. I'm well into my life here, you know. So like going blind, like, you know, I don't have a chance to readjust, you know.
Yeah.
So you started losing your vision when you were younger, you know. So you maybe.
Yeah, and it wasn't like so. Since I lost my vision to like a more medical thing instead of like an accident. Yeah. I had a long time to really accept it, and I squeezed a Make-A-Wish out of it.
Oh yeah.
I got to meet Stan Lee.
Oh yeah.
Halloween Day 2014. Went to Los Angeles and met Stan Lee. For about 30 minutes to an hour, I think. Got him to sign a bunch of comic books, you know, first edition Deadpool.
Nice.
And then a couple months afterwards, I lost the majority of my vision. And then Stan Lee died. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm glad I got that out of the way.
Yeah, so which hurt more? Like losing Stan Lee or losing what was left of your vision?
Oh, the vision, definitely. When Stan Lee died, I'm like, hell yeah, my comic books are a lot more valuable.
Yeah, right. They're going to go up in value there.
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, I didn't know the guy personally. In fact, having the conversation with him was difficult because he was just so damn old. I couldn't get him to say anything other than Excelsior. And man, you go, champ. He was like, well, I was gonna compare him to another person. And then I was like, you probably shouldn't say that.
All right, yeah.
He was like a really old, senile person that was that may or may not be in the news a lot.
I'll say it was Joe Biden.
Yeah, it was Joe Biden. So, yeah, but that was fun. That was fun. And then at that time, actually, when I met him, I had I had the majority of my vision at the time. My right eye was pretty much almost gone, but my left eye was pretty okay, and then boom.
So how does the Make-A-Wish thing, they ask you what your wish is, you just tell them, or they give you a list of things you can do?
Yeah, so you have to choose a bunch of backups.
I see.
So...
Like with John Cena's too busy that day.
Yeah, for real. Like, I think I had a couple YouTubers that I wanted to meet at the time. Since then, one of them raped a girl.
Uh-oh.
And I wish I met him before he did that, so I could say, oh, I met the guy who...
Well, we didn't get his side of the story.
Yeah,
you know? That's what she said.
No.
Yeah, we gotta believe all the women, you know.
Fucking, yeah, man, everybody wants to be raped by a YouTuber nowadays.
Yeah. I wish PewDiePie would rape me. Then I could sue him. Take all his money. All right, if you had to be raped by Jake Paul or PewDiePie, or I can't even. Those are the only two I can think of because I'm old. I don't watch that fucking shit because that's for Gen Z kids, you know.
Yeah.
Who else we got?
Markiplier.
Never heard of him.
Tobuscus.
Never heard of him.
Tobuscus was actually the one I was referencing.
I see.
Oh god, those are the two that I know of. Markiplier is pretty big. And he does like a lot of horror material, and people are like, "Oh no, you're a great person. I wish you were my friend." And he's like, "I don't."
Yeah, I don't know too many YouTubers, but I know a lot of professional StarCraft 2 players from South Korea. You know,
What's StarCraft 2?
StarCraft 2 is a strategy game for the computer.
Oh,
You know, you have a little army.
this is a sighted people thing.
Yeah, you have you know, you gotta find resources. And you build an army, and then you try to kill the other person with your army.
Oh yeah.
It's
Why don't you just do that in real life?
well, I can play it, but I'm not very good at it. You know?
Oh, okay.
I mean, these guys are insanely good at it.
Hmm.
And it's one of those games where it's possible to get infinitely good at. You know? Like, you heard about like the Deep Blue, the chess AI computer,
Oh yeah, yeah.
right? Yeah. So they made that to solve chess, and then they did it for Othello, and then they did it for StarCraft. That was after Othello. They thought StarCraft would be more difficult to master than Othello. And
Othello?
Othello is like the black and white. It's played in Asia. It's like
Is it like Go?
Yeah, Go. It's called,
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Yeah, it's called Go, not Othello. I'm an idiot.
I thought you were talking about Othello.
No, Go.
Okay.
But anyway, so StarCraft 2, it's definitely one of the, I think League of Legends is probably the most popular esport, But I'm old school, I like StarCraft 2,
I used to play Halo.
Yeah.
And then I went blind.
Go online. Halo 2.
Yeah.
I'm playing The Last of Us right now, and that game actually has a setting for blind people.
I thought you were going to say it has a setting for gay sex scenes.
Yeah, well, that too. But, that game uses a lot of sound.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think it actually you can see some people playing it.
Yeah. I always get these people coming up like, I saw this guy on TikTok play Dark Souls 2 blindfolded, so you can do it. I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah, but that would have to, you'd have to say, well, that doesn't sound fun, though. I want to do something fun.
I want to...
Yeah.
I mean, I do Rubik's Cubes. I'm a speed cuber. That's where sort of like I don't tell a lot of people about that because that's when I do sort of like use my partial vision to help me out with that. But
I see.
I also have Braille on my Rubik's Cube. So we actually have a word for it in the blind community for blind people that use their residual vision secretly or to help them out. It's called hamping.
Oh, yeah?
It's called, so partial. Partial is like you're partially blind.
Yeah.
So it's high and mighty partial.
I see.
So
are those people looked down upon? Like,
yeah, so hamping is like
you're not
you're not. It's not necessarily looked down upon. I mean, it's not a morally bad thing. It's just sort of annoying. But I mean, you can't avoid using like if you can see colors and light a little bit, you're going to use it.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to use the gifts that God gave you.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. We have another term for sighted people. High and mighty sighted.
Is it called?
hams.
I thought it would be called like cis sided. Is that what
cis sided? Yeah, you're a cis sided person.
It's not cis.
I'm not blind. My eyes are.
Who invented? Okay. We're gonna start. We're gonna do a transphobia hour. Who the fuck invented the word cisgender? What the fuck? You mean normal people? Can we just call it? Anyway. Okay. That ends transphobia hour.
I'll let you. Okay, I'm glad it was just you during transphobia hour because I have friends that are going to listen to this and be like, I shouldn't be friends with Theo anymore, and then I'll be like,
no, all of the opinions expressed on Little Cutie Podcast belong only to Max Kevin and not to Noah Brockett, unless of course Max Kevin is running for political office at some point in the future, in which case Noah Brockett told him to say everything. I think that covers us. That covers us.
You
right?
read that exactly as I wrote it.
Yeah.
So
covers us.
It covers us. We're good. Sorry, trans / gay / bisexual / whatever the fuck you guys invented.
All right, that's not. You know what I invented? I can't even think of a joke right now.
Yeah, you were going for something like, I have a great joke right here.
No, usually what I try to do is not think at all and just say whatever comes out, and sometimes it works. A lot of times it doesn't, though. Most of the time.
Yeah. Well, that's sort of the mode you try to get in when you get into like comedy writing and stuff.
Yeah. You try to get into contact with the great joke ether.
Yeah. That's sort of what I wanted to talk about was like, because you and I are both comedians on the Tokyo circuit. Of course, I'm about to leave and go to South Carolina. But I don't know, the comedy community here is very interesting. I think it's a very good thing and a very
I think everyone here is very supportive. I did a little bit of comedy in San Diego, and they're not so supportive over there.
No, but here it was just so like it was warm from the get-go.
Yeah. Well, I think what it is here is like, not too many people speak English, so it's like we're all just trying to make the scene more popular, trying to get more audience members, and so we need to support each other. But as in the States, you don't really need to like recruit audience members if you're going to a comedy club or something, So there's a lot more competition. People don't see each other as allies. They see each other as adversaries.
And there, maybe I haven't been in it as long as other people, but I haven't found any adversaries here. It's all just been.
Well, if you go to a big city with a big scene, there's a lot of like groups. It's like those are the cool kids. Those are the just groups of people, and people just trying, they're trying to become famous or whatever, But it's like, well, that's never going to happen, So it's like you're backstabbing your friend because you think you're going to become famous, but that's never going to happen. So it's just like you're just acting like an asshole for no reason, basically. Anywho,
no, I think anywhere in the comedy game, you have to be nice. Like you have to be like a good person to the people going up, because you're going to meet the same people coming back down. And if you were a dick to them coming back down, then that's the end of it for your comedy career, whatever it was.
Yeah. You never know who's going to make it, so you have to kiss everyone's ass.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. But I've had such an amazing and positive experience, like performing at the Tokyo Comedy Bar and doing other shows. Like I did stuff with it's cool to like name drop people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did stuff with Sam Mounts. He
never heard of him.
He does some stuff in Yokosuka for Navy troops.
I see.
He organizes shows, does all the social networking, does all the marketing, all this kind of stuff. Like has posters and whatnot up. And I did a couple of those with him and a couple of comedians that he threw together, and they were amazing. Did Yoyogi with the I think that's Bill Miller's show.
Yep.
Bill Miller performed at the roast battle that we were in. Actually, the time that I performed at Yoyogi was just like a little bar with like a microphone hooked up to. Like
I performed there too.
Yeah, he gave me an 1,000 yen note, and I was super excited about it because it was the first money that anybody ever handed me for comedy.
Yeah.
No, it isn't the first money that I earned, because I did one of the weekend shows at TCP, but I didn't receive that money at the time, so this is the first time somebody handed me, and it was like, oh man, this is awesome. I did it. Yeah,
I did it. I made it.
And then I had a little bit too much to drink to celebrate, and ended up getting sick in a taxi on the way home. And then when I got out the taxi, I realized that I took a... Oh boy, what's going on there?
That's my doorbell. It's all right.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I got out the taxi, I was like sort of taking out my earbuds from the same pocket that I had the 1,000 yen in, and it fell out in the taxi, and I couldn't get it before
now it's gone forever.
Yeah, it's gone forever. Now it's just a little cute story that
yeah.
I was like,
you'll never have that 1,000 yen bill. That was
whoopsies.
I mean, you should have framed it. It should have been.
That's exactly what I was going to do with it. I had 2 paper clips on it to know like this is the 1,000 yen bill to not spend. And then when I got out, I put my hand in my pocket. I'm like, shit. Yeah. I mean, I assume it fell out in the taxi. I don't know where exactly it fell out, but.
Well, probably some Japanese businessman used it for a quickie hand job. So you're doing your part.
Whoopsies, I lost it. Sorry, Bill. I lost the 1,000 yen you gave me, and I was super sad about it for like 2 days. And I'm like, well, one day I get to tell the story to people.
Yeah.
And now I'm telling it to all your viewers.
Yeah.
Now they know.
Yeah, my mom and you.
What's up, Max? Yeah, now I'm gonna listen to this and be like, yeah, that did happen to me. Whoever, like, if there's anybody else listening to this podcast, or if it gets big in the future, you're a champion.
Yeah. I told my listeners, you need to like, comment, subscribe, share this podcast with all your friends, so I can get super famous and then sell my feet pics.
Yeah, if you like
I need to make some money here.
Rambling about the UFC and some guy with the last name Fuggett, which I thought was funny, and
Fugit. Fugit was his name. That's how they pronounce it.
What's his first name?
Adam
Fuggett.
Adam Fugit, but it's obviously Adam Fuggett.
Man, Fuggett. That's like a church cuss word, man. Like you dress something, you're like, oh, Fuggett, Adam Fuggett.
Yeah. So also you're a Christian. Have you always been your whole life, or you found Jesus in your teenage years there?
I don't know. I mean, so
you found him recently?
Well, I grew up in a Christian household, and then like it sort of wavered for me for a little bit, and then I had to really make the decision to like be a Christian.
Yeah.
That says fuck it.
Yeah.
But
so how does that manifest? What does that mean to you? To be a Christian, what does that mean exactly?
It's a good ass question. I guess being a Christian, the word Christian just means like a follower of Christ or a little Christ.
Yeah.
So Christians, what we believe is like Jesus. I mean, this is gonna get super weird for your listeners.
Well, I think everyone, everyone knows the basic story.
Yeah, so we believe that Jesus Christ, was you say the Son of God, but he was also basically like the manifestation of God on earth, to basically be a sacrifice. So he died for our sins, and then rose again. The resurrection is the core belief of Christianity. Because if that didn't happen, then we're fucked.
Yeah.
It actually says that the Apostle Paul says, listen, if it wasn't for the resurrection, you'd still be dead in your sins. So yeah, that would suck. So no, and Christianity too has helped me out personally. It's given me lots of personal hope, and it's also been a source of like, both Christianity and comedy have given me something in regards to my blindness. They not only make me not feel bad about it, but make me feel even good about it. Because usually, we talked about it earlier, if you go blind, like that would suck. Like not being able to see sucks, and it does. But you also, I mean, like if it happens, and it does happen, and will happen depending on whenever the drugs go through your system or whatever you're doing. It gives you something to both look forward to hold on to, something higher and better than you. And also, I should add this disclaimer whenever I talk about stuff this important, is that I'm a dumb 22-year-old that likes Transformers and whatnot. So I wish I was more educated to like articulate the thoughts for this.
Yeah, your prefrontal cortex hasn't finished developing yet. You still got a few more years.
Yes. But I think also too, like where I landed with Christianity is I can't. I find it really, really hard to accept a strict materialistic worldview. And I know people are like, oh yeah, but doesn't evolution disprove Christianity? I'm like, no, there's lots of really good evidence for evolution, but I think that they, the Old Testament is poetic and vague enough to, for the two views to line up. But things just being like material, like we're just like literally like carbon and atoms and whatnot that just so happen to rise from, like abiogenesis happened on its own, and now we're having babies. You got to make sure you have babies so that those babies can have babies and those babies can have babies, and then one day we'll all die. I touched a thing there.
Oh, you're right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, eventually the sun will expand and consume the Earth.
Yeah.
And even if we move to a different solar system, eventually all the stars in the universe will either supernova or just burn out.
Yeah.
And then even if we somehow don't even need stars anymore to survive, and we eventually all the atomic nuclei will radiate, and there will be no more atoms anymore. And then eventually there'll be no more protons, neutrons. Everything will it's all fucking meaningless, dude.
Yeah, so you guys better have freaking babies so
do?
your genes can persist to the end of the world. Like, I mean, I get it. I know the reasons. Like, I need to mate so that my genes are passed on. Okay, why? Yeah, I think the
what's the point of living, man?
Yeah, for real. I think the point of like one of the biggest reasons for life just lies within the relationships we have with like other people and whatnot. That's part of why I find comedy so appealing, is because like you're making people laugh. Like, yeah,
it's a great feeling. It's the roast battle we had, it was very fun.
Oh yeah.
And not only is it fun doing it, but it fills you with joy, for a few days afterwards, even,
Yeah. Let's talk about friggin' the roast battle that happened.
Yeah, we had a little roast battle. Was it yesterday? 2 days ago? What day is this?
It was today's Tuesday.
2 days ago.
2
days ago. It was fun. We had a little roast battle. Blind guy versus fully vision guy.
Yeah. So I feel like you were the only one to have the balls to want to roast a blind guy. So,
well, yeah, like I said in the intro, I'm the only comedian in Tokyo that doesn't have any empathy for anyone or anything. I feel nothing.
Well, if you'd say that, I feel like most other blind people would be like, why wouldn't anybody else want to roast us? And then you come in, I feel like other people, like you'd get more respect for that in the blind community.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry to tell you, but you have a little bit of empathy.
All right.
We can work on that, though.
I'll try. I've been trying to get rid of it, through just debauchery. I've just been trying to just get drunk every night.
Yeah.
And, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. The roast battle. It was my first roast battle, and what you said, your fourth?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Fourth time.
I loved it. I hated every moment leading up to the roast battle because of how just
it's always stressful. I tell people, like, have you met Evans? Evans?
Mm-hmm.
Where we were talking about this, like, he loves just being on stage. He doesn't care. He never feels stressed. He never prepares anything. He just goes up there.
Yeah. I was on his raw comedy a couple times. Yeah. No, I think once, but I've seen it a couple times. Evans is a maniac.
Yeah, he's great. But I don't really enjoy being on stage that much. Like, it's stressful.
Really?
What I enjoy the most is listening to my set afterwards.
Oh, so you're one of the viewers of your own damn podcast. Is that what we're?
Yeah. I also listen to my podcast and beat off to the sound of my own voice sometimes.
Okay.
I'm just like, oh God, I'm so hot. Oh. But yeah, for me, preparing is stressful. Performing is stressful. It's the best part is listening to the recording afterwards and listening to the laughs. That's the best part.
So, I don't know. I like being on stage after the first joke.
Yeah.
If it lands.
Yeah. Yeah. If your jokes are working, it's fun being on stage.
Yeah. No, I really like being on stage. My least favorite part is the writing beforehand. I'm not a good writer. I thought, in fact, in the roast battle, I thought your jokes were actually a lot more just well written and clever.
Oh, thank you.
Even though I won the damn thing.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, the visiting comedian. You're supposed to.
I quote, one unquote, okay, and I also, I mean, the judges didn't want the guilt of not giving the blind guy the win, so we'll have to give that to them too.
Well, I told everybody beforehand, like, not only they should vote for you, they should also say they wanted to vote for me, but they couldn't because you're a blind guy. That would have been the whole joke. You know, I set it up. I set it up at the beginning of the roast. I set it up. No one wants to battle you. It's automatic loss. You know.
Yeah. For real, like
that set up. You know. And then not only did no one say I want to vote for you, but you're not blind. They did not say that. But the visiting comedian, he voted for me.
Yeah.
Fucking, this is why you can't coordinate in comedy.
Yeah,
you know,
for real.
Because maybe some of the judges they wouldn't think it's that funny. Like, I don't think it's that funny. You know, so they don't want to do it. You know, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, that would have been hilarious if every single judge was like, I really wanted. I mean, Max was so much funnier than you, but you're blind, so I'll give the one to you.
Or also too, like, your jokes were great. Like, honestly, I didn't think they were going to be that good, to be honest.
You.
So
thank you. Well,
I thought it would be more of a one-sided. I didn't realize. You know.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, I made sure. Because I'm still trying to learn. I downloaded a lot of like audiobooks on joke writing and stuff, so I'm still studying the art of joke writing. So I'm still not that good. I'm okay on my own.
Huh.
But I had a lot of help from another performer for the roast on the roast battle, Chiyamaki.
Yeah.
Bill Miller, part of the headlining. He helped me out a lot. So and Fergal too. Like they really helped to guide me in a way. And, they're like, oh, cut that joke, put that here. I don't think you should add that tag.
Yeah.
Because it would kill the joke, all that kind of stuff. And I know you said in another podcast, too, you were doing the same thing. Like,
yeah.
Which jokes would make you want to kill yourself?
Yeah.
Want to fucking die?
Yeah.
Jump in front of a train?
Well, that was the thing. Even the jokes I told in the roast, like, I didn't think they were that good. But the audience seemed to like them, you know?
Yeah, well, audiences are stupid.
Yeah, basically, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Fucking dummies.
Yeah.
That's why they're sitting there and I'm standing up there.
Yeah, you fuckers, like, just laugh at everything. We're higher and better and everything than you.
I think that's a lot of my, that's a lot of the thing I have a problem with is when writing new jokes is I'll write something, I'll think, this is fucking stupid. No one's going to laugh at this. And so I just won't say it, you know? And then, eventually I will say it on stage and everyone loves it. I'm just like, why do you guys love this joke? This joke's dumb, you know? And then I'll write a joke that I think is fucking awesome. I think it's great, and I'll say it, and I'll get nothing. And I just, oh God, I fucking hate everyone. Life's not worth living. You know,
yeah, for real. Like I thought, as you can see, I can't is the stupidest thing, but it gets a pretty good reaction, and then
well, it's good. It's good to open. It's quick. It's a quick laugh at the open there. Yeah, it's good. It's good. But you were saying you were downloading jokes or audiobooks about joke writing there. But I remember the first time I saw you. You can write. There's some people that just cannot write a joke at all. You know, there's a couple people in Tokyo that cannot write a joke at all. And this was especially a problem in San Diego. Is that you'd have the top tier comedians, you'd have good but then you have these people at the bottom that would show up to mics week after week, and they could not even write a joke like 1, 2, 3, like right premise setup, punchline, right? And that was I remember the first time I saw your jokes, they had that premise setup punchline, and that's like once you know how to do that, you can write a joke about anything, and some people have it and some people don't, right? And you have it, you can write jokes.
Yeah. I remember that conversation. Actually, you gave me some really encouraging words, and actually, that conversation that we had actually made me really happy. Like I jumped in the elevator. I was like, "Fuck yeah, fuck yeah!"
All right. Let's it's too bad you're not a big titted Asian girl.
But no, it was like, oh shit, yeah. I mean, because I've always been interested in comedy, like ever since I was super young. Robin Williams was one of my favorite comedians because he voiced Fender in that movie Robots, and I loved that movie when I was younger. And I learned he did comedy, and then I learned what comedy was, so I always wanted to do this. And then I went blind, and then I went, fuck.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I guess I could do comedy now, you know? Because usually comedians, like, the best comedians always have something screwed up about them.
Yeah.
You know, you're, well...
Maybe people that lived what do you call it? Privileged life. People that live a life without suffering. Maybe might not be the best comedians.
No.
So there's something there about like your the amount of suffering and the funny. There's like a connection there, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think it might be like a survival thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's not the suffering and the heartache. Maybe we're just naturally better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it's not the hard work, the effort, the education, like the learning going through the process. Maybe we're just that good.
Yeah. No. Well, I am. I don't know about you, but
no, your comedy's pretty good.
well, it's all right. You know.
I like the Cowabunga joke.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. That's something I've written recently. That's good.
I like the slightly gay.
Yeah, that's an old one.
I like
the
then the third one, strawberries.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good one.
yeah.
Wrote that last year. That's good.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. So I like your stuff, man. You got some good stuff going.
Yeah, I like I like writing jokes. You know.
Yeah, but you spend most of the time on the podcast talking about this Adam Fuggett guy, and like, shit, I want to hear more about comedy.
Okay. Well, yeah. The thing is, I don't feel comfortable talking about comedy because I haven't had any success. You know, I haven't really. You know.
Is that so? Do you mind if I ask you what your goals are with doing comedy?
You know, when I first started, like my goal was to become a professional comedian. You know, but now I realize that will never ever happen. So I don't know. I just do it because I don't have any other hobbies. I got nothing else to do. You know.
So I guess
I got you know. Oh, sorry.
Oh no.
But I guess I feel like it's something that I have a talent for, I guess, you know? So I figure whatever your talent, like I don't have any other talents, you know? So I should definitely try to spend my time developing that talent.
Yeah.
And, you know, if not, then I'm wasting my life, you know? What else are you going to do, you know?
I mean... You
can only beat off so much, you know?
Yeah, for real. There are only so many tangas you can buy before you start feeling...
Yeah. Before the plastic starts... chafing, huh?
Yeah, for real. They say only use them one time, and
you only use them once and throw them away. No, you're supposed to wash them.
Oh, is that so?
You're confusing condoms with Tanga. This
is a weird
topic. Don't wash your condoms.
Don't wash your condoms, y'all. I'm a virgin.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was a virgin once before. You know?
Oh yeah. And then you got
I was a
Zorro.
Yeah. I was a virgin in high school because I was a fat kid, you know? I was real fat.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. So, like, no one wanted to talk to me, you know? So, I didn't have any friends. Really. I didn't have any girlfriends.
Yeah, me neither. I had a cheerleader ask me out. Her name was Tiana.
Oh, yeah?
And
did you smash it?
No, well, she was so hot, I heard.
Yeah.
And I said no, so I could watch the Bumblebee Transformers film.
I see.
For the third time.
Yeah.
Unaudio described.
Well, you know what they say, a life without regrets is not a life at all.
Yeah. Well, actually, I quite enjoyed myself that night, alone drinking pineapple soda, listening to a movie about transforming robots.
Yeah, you don't even watch them. You just listen to descriptions.
Oh my gosh!
You could have been dancing with the cheerleader. You know?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Listen, I was overweight, and she was the captain of the cheerleader. I've never danced in my life.
Yeah.
Ever. I mean, I did jujitsu for a little bit.
Why did she ask you out? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, because she seemed smart.
Yeah.
I guess I guess maybe back then I was just more handsome than I thought I was.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember there was one girl in high school that like was interested in me. Like she wanted to be my friend and stuff. We went and saw Star Wars together.
Oh yeah, which one?
The first episode 1.
Oh,
so
God.
I was in high school when episode 1 came out. You know?
Oh yeah.
And I never really understood it because she was super hot and like no girl ever talked to me at all. You know.
Mm.
And this girl, she did talk to me, and it didn't make any sense to me. So I was like, what is going on here? I don't understand what's going on. What are you doing? You know. And so I was just real freaked out about that, you know.
Mm.
And you know, we hung out that one time, and then never again.
Oh my God.
And that kind of well, I talked about it with my therapist for the next 5 years, basically, you know. So.
It was I remember my first kind of date. A girl asked me out, and I had to get my dad to drive us to the mall. Mm-hmm. And we ended up sort of walking around. She played video games at Best Buy while I watched, while I stood there.
And held her purse?
I don't think she had a purse.
I see.
I don't know, she probably had a Bible on her. Very religious. I'm Christian, but I don't consider myself super religious. Huh. And she was like, oh my God. Like, homeschooled throughout her entire collegiate experience. Like, she took it next level. And then I broke up with her on text. And then felt really
you can't text message breakup.
Yeah.
What are you doing, man?
Yeah, I can.
You can't.
I'm sorry, Elizabeth. I broke up with you on text. Deal with it.
You can't. I mean, there's a song. You know, you go on YouTube. You can't text message breakup. It's a great song.
Oh, you can't.
You can't text message breakup.
Okay.
I forget how it goes, but.
Okay. Well, I guess we're still together, Liz. Maybe I should break up with my blind girlfriend. Yeah. Oh, I have a blind girlfriend. You want? I mean.
Yeah. She's waiting for you in America.
Yeah. Well, all right. So when I came to Japan. This is some inside information.
Yeah,
here.
I mean, you're sharing this with the world. Is that all right?
Yeah.
You're sharing this with my mom.
I'm sharing that. All right, Max, Kevin's mom. What's your first name?
Patty.
Hey, Patty. So when I came to Japan, I was single. I was not in a relationship, and I tried going on dates with these Japanese women, but it just I just wasn't interested. But there was this girl that I was like, she and I were really good friends, and she was blind. We met each other from doing blind stuff, and you know, we agreed like politically and religiously and all this kind of stuff, and you know, she's really funny and really beautiful, I heard. So I called her up and I said, hey, why don't we just, like, I want to take you out on a date when I get back. So, and then we decided to make things, you know, more or less official. You know, we're sort of throwing around the thing, but we're definitely a thing. Mm-hmm. And as soon as she said yes, I'm like, I'm going to start writing blind girlfriend jokes.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's not a lie it's not a lie when I say I have a blind girlfriend. Because I do. But when I'm writing, like, I you know.
Well, you can just make shit up. I just make shit up all the time.
Yeah, for real.
Half my jokes are lies.
Yeah. So, like, the whole thing, actually, so one of my jokes about her is for a first date, I took her axe throwing.
Yeah.
That's what we have decided to go to for a first date when I go back, actually, next month.
I see. That sounds dangerous.
So I'm like, I don't want to wait. You know, I don't want to wait to write this joke just because if I write it afterwards, it'll be true. I'm like, no, just go ahead and write it. It's funny. The point of comedy isn't to be, like, you know, true. It's to be funny.
Yeah.
I have to be honest. You know, if I would have felt really weird writing a joke about a girl that doesn't even exist at all. But No, as soon as she said yes, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, but what if you get there though? You give her a hug for the you feel her and she's she's a lot fatter than she. What are you gonna do then?
Dump her.
Oh my god.
It was all right. So it depends. It depends how much.
You're cruel, dude.
It really depends. Listen, like, I've given her hugs before. All right.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, all right. I see what's going on here. This is.
I mean, what if she's like, what if she's wearing like many layers of clothing? You can't really.
Well, if she's.
Was this wintertime you hugged her or summertime?
Summertime.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, so I got a pretty good view of her. It's weird, like in the blind.
You got a pretty good mental reconstruction.
Yeah. So we like in the blind community, we still use like it feels weird saying in the blind community, blind people. Like we still.
I say in the white community.
Yeah, in the white community.
Yeah, you and I are both white people.
Yeah,
we're both in the same community, right?
I'm from Southern California, so
I'm from.
Dude, we don't have that accent. We have this accent, dude. This is the Southern California accent, bro. And we can be racist too, dude. Fuck Mexicans, dude. Those fucking you're coming to my land, dude. They're trying to take my burritos, dude. Or wait, I guess I do like burritos though. So I don't. Oh man, I don't know. I'm questioning my whole life right now.
Oh my gosh.
That's sort of like a mix between like the
I'm gonna get out of my country.
Yeah, that sounds more.
My gosh,
that sounds more like Arkansas. I don't want to criticize your Southern accent there, but that sounds like Arkansas to me.
Oh, now we're being racist towards each other.
All right. Well, what's this? Give me the South Carolina accent. All right, now give me the Mississippi accent. All right.
Ah, what's up? I'm from Mississippi. I'm gonna put my penis in my sister. I don't know.
All right, now give me the Tennessee accent.
I'm gonna put my penis in my mom.
All right, now give me the West Virginia accent.
I'm gonna put my penis in my dog.
All right, give me the Northern Florida accent.
I'm gonna put my penis in my sister, then my mother, then my dog.
I'm not gonna lie; those all sounded the same. I don't think doing accents is your forte.
No, it isn't. I mean, but like people back home. Patty's smart, yo.
Are you talking about my mom still?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch! Don't talk about my mom.
She can she'll be able to differentiate between the few.
Maybe.
Maybe. I'm so glad nobody listens to this podcast.
Hey, we don't say that on the podcast here, okay?
Okay. Well, except for all my friends back home who
these
are going to make listen to this.
These are the, oh, God damn it. Life's not worth living.
I'm gonna. I thought about for the like lead up to the roast battle to make a parody podcast called the Big Ugly Podcast.
Yeah. That would not be very nice.
No, Big Ugly Podcast. Way too long.
It's way yeah.
And I didn't do that because I don't know how to make a podcast.
Oh, yeah, you just, you buy a microphone. You just spend a bunch of money. That's basically
Spend $600.
Spend $600 over 5 years, 6 years. What year is this? I think, is this my sixth year, maybe?
Oh, and you started back in 2017, I think?
I guess 2017.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. Well,
yeah, we've got just a few minutes here. I think we should end this, with I guess the moral of the story. There's all these complainers, these days. People are complaining all the time. And like you were saying earlier, what would it be like? You were asking me like how my life would change if I lost my sight or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like nowadays we have all these people that are just complaining all the time about shit that doesn't even matter. They need to put things in perspective.
For real.
And they, they're like, oh, I can't go on living because my favorite celebrity didn't do da-da-da-da-da. And, my makeup doesn't look good today. So I wish you shut the fuck up, okay? All right? You fucking start quit complaining. Start, you know. So I mean, I guess basically, you know, I think that's what I like about you is, you know, you're not a complainer, you know. You know, I just feel like, you know, people that have every reason to complain, you know, they don't, and they bear the cross,
for real,
as Jesus did, you know, and there's so many other people that don't have anything to complain about that won't shut the fuck up.
It's usually the people in really cushy positions. I think it's more like if you're used to uncomfort, if you're used to like hard things, then you know these little things really don't get you. You know, they don't. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm trying to.
Well, you know, it's like what really matters. Yeah, you know, what really matters in life. You know.
Yeah. I mean, fucking family, relationships, friends, other people. You know, being good to people. Yeah. Fucking. I mean, that's what really matters. I mean.
Yeah. So we got, you know, I think many of the people that listen to Little Cute Podcast have a severe depression. You know, definitely, probably like in the, you know.
Well, I mean,
incredibly depressed. So what life advice can you give to? I mean, you're still young. You're a young rapscallion yourself, but what life lessons can people learn from losing your vision when you were a child? You know.
Well, I mean, I still deal with like anxiety and depression over losing the vision and other things, but like, you know, some people think something is wrong with them if they feel like these negative feelings. It's not a bad thing or even like you would say a sin to feel like, you know, discomfort or negative feelings or temptations or even temptations to do evil or all these other things.
Sometimes I hear this voice in my head. It just says, "Put that penis in your mouth." What should I do with that one? Should I just not listen to that, or?
Well, I wouldn't be the good one to ask about that because I'm not that flexible. I mean, not that I've tried.
Right, but what if what if it just starts off like a little whisper, you know, like put the penis in your mouth, you know? But then like as the days and months and years go by, it just gets louder and louder, and eventually, you know, like you're a middle-aged adult male, and the voice is just like, put that penis in your mouth.
Well,
like how do I?
You should probably stop listening to your own podcast for one thing. Two, I mean, like it's not a morally incorrect thing to have the temptation to put your penis in your mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, I would consider like if you have such a strong desire to put your own penis in your own mouth, maybe you're a little bit lonely.
I think another comedian said if God didn't want people to be gay, then he wouldn't have made dicks so delicious. I think.
Amen.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean,
shall we end on that? Shall we end there?
I guess so. Dude, thank you for having me on.
Oh yeah, thanks for coming, man.
Yeah, for real.
It's good to see you.
We're doing a handshake, audience.
We're gonna make out after I press the stop, and we might put our penises in each other. Well, it depends how much money I got in my wallet.
That'll be the Patreon exclusive show.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, we have a little comedy show. We have an open mic comedy show we gotta go to tonight. So that's it for today. Thanks for listening. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow.